Washington. Vice President Kamala Harris will deepen her assistance Southeast Asia at this week's International Summit in Jakarta, Indonesia, where she will seek to dispel doubts about U.S. commitment the region given absence of President Joe Biden. This is Harris' third trip to Southeast Asia and fourth to Asia overall. And he has landed in more countries than any other continent. Repeat visits. In addition, the meetings he has hosted in Washington have positioned Harris as a key interlocutor for ministration as it seeks to strengthen a network of partnerships offset Chinese influence. This latest voyage is another opportunity for Harris to polish his foreign policy reputation as he prepares for a devastating campaign year. Biden, the oldest U.S. president in history, has already come under attack from Republican presidential candidates who say he is not ready to step down if he fails to complete a second term. White House National Security spokesman John Kirby said that Harris makes our alliances and partnerships in Indo-Pacific a key part of his agenda as vice president and described the itinerary as perfectly aligned with issues he is facing. Focused. But Biden's decision to bypass the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, known as ASEAN, has caused some disappointment, especially since it will be present in India and Vietnam at the same time. Marty Natalegawa, Indonesia's former foreign minister, said the president's proximity made his non-attendance much more conspicuous than it would have been otherwise. Natalegawa acknowledged, however, that ASEAN has had a hard time convincing world leaders that it deserves to play a central role in the region. This is despite the alliance representing more than 650 million people in 10 countries that collectively have the world's fifth largest economy. The organization could not resolve the internal turmoil in Myanmar, which was subjected to a military coup 2 years ago and was not invited to the meetings. The peace plan reached with the country's top general did not make any progress. Negotiations over territorial claims in the South China Sea are also deadlocked. And ASEAN faces internal disagreements over global competition between the US and China. Cambodia remains firmly in Beijing's orbit, while some members, such as the Philippines and Vietnam, seek closer ties with Washington. We can complain as much as we want that other countries don't respect us or come to our summits, Natalegawa said. But ultimately it is actually a reflection point. Unless ASEAN becomes more effective, it could result in fewer and fewer leaders emerging, Natalegawa said. National Security spokesman Kirby dismissed notion that Biden belittled the organization or region, noting that Biden hosted the first Washington summit with ASEAN leaders last year. Kirby said, "It's impossible to tell from the records this administration has put forth that we've somehow drifted away. Send the vice president if you want to."